right back at it. Having fun on a Friday. It might not be your typical football Friday where Joe and I are telling you about some of these bum teams playing on Saturdays or Sundays or where you should be putting your money or attention, but the NFL still rules the world, man. Every single day that goes by, we get new and improved information like, oh, the Chicago Bears actually leaving Chicago. Not only that, leaving their home state to go to Indiana. That could be a possibility, but we care about things, Joe. They're going to happen on the field next year. And the one thing that you do know is when you are a good football team and you win a championship here, you are going to get rated here, and you might lose your offensive, defensive coordinators or your better players because they think they're worth more money. But here's Mike Macdonald on a video talking about his offensive coordinator, new offensive coordinators, lack of maybe experience.
Calling background. How do you kind of evaluate that aspect of a decision like this?
Going into it, I do think it's a bit overrated. Somebody at some point, all play callers have to be first-time play callers at some point. You could tell how Brian thinks about the game. Look, you're gonna have to grow in any new role, but we have a lot of great people around here and a lot of great opportunities for him to get ready to go. And I'm really confident he's going to be off and running sooner than later. So I'm excited about it. It's going to be a fun process to build this thing.
You should a little more.
Looks like a dad and his kid, meaning like McDonald's, like the kid there, and the dad just came to the table here. That dude towers. How's he going to tell him how to run his offense? He's going to get shoved in a locker, Joe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, it's welcome to having success in the NFL, Donnie, right? He's not the first coach that's had to go through this. And, now what determines on whether or not, what your legacy is going to be here is, are you a one-and-done kind of head coach where it all came together, or are you going to have multiple opportunities to win multiple, and it doesn't matter who the coordinators are? So it's a slippery slope, that's for sure. Just ask your guy in Philadelphia about how much fun it is turning over coordinators every other year.
Exactly. And the coach doesn't like it. And certainly the quarterback, hey, I got to change my terminology. I just won a Super Bowl. You adapt to me. Nope. Probably going to change that terminology, and away you go. Terminology is the key point we're going to bring up next year. The Chicago Bears. Do they turn into the Indiana Bears? But here's what was my favorite part about this, too, is I understand how, legalities work and you own a certain area, which is right. But wouldn't it be funny if it's like, hey, Chicago Bears moved to Indiana, and then a rich billionaire goes like, hey, can I move into the Chicago market and have my own Chicago football team since you vacated that area? We know how it works, but it'll be interesting to see if this sticks. Word is that Indiana really wants the Chicago Bears and will bend over backwards. But this isn't done here at this point. When it's done, Joe, I think the Bears are still going to be in Chicago with the ultimate sweetheart deal. Like, my goodness, taxpayers, you paid for everything.
Yeah, it is. I mean, listen, and the Bears have been looking for all sorts of, government guarantees for the infrastructure on the site, the roads. Listen, the Bears are basically, they know their value, right, Donnie? They know their worth. They know what they mean. Yeah. To the state, and listen, it's, you're probably $800 to $1 billion in public funding to do it the right way these days. That means they're gonna have to figure out where's that money coming from, because it's likely not covering from the governor's pocket or the mayor's pocket, which means it's coming from the fans and the citizens' pockets. So we'll see how that goes over.
Yeah, let's put it into the scape, Joe, that people will be able to understand what's happening, Joe. Let's just call it South Florida. You got Miami-Dade County, you got Palm Beach County. You put your house for sale up in Palm Beach County, and Palm Beach County goes like, we really don't want you to leave the county. Like, we'll pay for half of your new house here and pay all your legal fees, and if your kids want to stay in state, we'll pay for them as well as you're an institution. And then Miami-Dade County goes like, we'll pay for your entire house to move here. We won't charge you a thing. That's what's going on right now. Isn't it fun to be rich? Like, imagine you shopping for a house, Joe, and the counties are fighting over you, telling you, like, no, we'll pay for your house if you move in.
Well, that's basically what Indiana is saying right now. Indiana is just the senators and the House Speaker and they are jumping up and down at the thought and celebrating the potential of having a second NFL team in their state. Meanwhile, Illinois is like, well, I don't know if we can afford to keep you in here. Indiana's like, no problem. We've got you covered. Come on over. We'll make sure you get it done right.
Dead cap money in the NFL, just about every team has here. The Buffalo Bills like, yo, $30 million towards our cap hit to guys that are going to free agency here. Milano, Bosa, McGovern, Jones, and Espinosa. Is that Espinosa? Yeah, AJ Epinesa. There we go. 181
Yep.
going in there. I'm going to call him Espinosa. It sounds a little bit better than Epinesa, but there you go. Bills paying the ticket for guys that might not be there, but every NFL team goes through that, Joe.
Well, yeah, exactly. But yeah, there are a lot of question marks moving forward here with the Bills this season. So, you know, they might lose a handful of those guys. That might be for the better. But the big question is, I don't know, was McDermott really the reason they couldn't get over the hump? We're about to find out.
Dov Kleiman here with a tweet yesterday. How about this? The Teddy Bridgewater Act here allows high school coaches to pay up to $15K of their own funds to support student athletes. Teddy Bridgewater got in a little bit of trouble here trying to pay for Uber rides, which on the grand scheme of things, people see it's like, that's the stupidest rule I've ever heard of. Understand this. The rules are in place so the kids and also the schools can't exploit things. Like that's a billionaire decides to fund the high school and pays for all these kids, Dodge Chargers to go there and all their meals and stuff. This is putting out, it's a good Samaritan rule, which is nice that it has a cap here. You can help the kids out, but people look at this. It's like, that's dumb. It's not dumb because exploitation would come right behind it if they didn't have these rules. It's nice they found common ground that can help everybody, Joe.
That's correct. And, you know, Teddy Bridgewater had to be the guy to enact a little change. So be it. I don't think there was anything nefarious going on, but the rules were the rules. But at the same time now, if everyone could realize that this was kind of stupid to begin with, so let's just make sure that it doesn't get out of hand.
Now, what's going on here in Buffalo at this point? Now, understand this, Joe. If you build a few billion-dollar stadium here and it's under construction, I can certainly guarantee you that you don't just have a ring alarm like on the front door and then you hope it catches everything. There has to be cameras everywhere at this site, but yet they've been vandalized for $150,000 in damages, halting work until Friday. A $100,000 reward is offered as the investigations begin. We don't have cameras? What are we doing?
Well, the cameras froze, Donnie, because it's it's pretty much 8 below there, I think, every day now. And they might not have, brushed all the snow off the cameras. That could be a problem, too. Or this could just be a union thing where they are sabotaging their own work site in order to be able to extend it out a little bit, and that would only mean more money.
As they used to say, fiber optic cables, a lot of money in that. You give the little wink over there, and away you go. They start to disappear. But I got one name you might want to look out for, and it rhymes with Sean McDermott. Could it be, Joe? Sean McDermott damaging the new stadium here, got thrown out of town. He's like, you know what? If I can't play there, coach there, neither can you, Joe. How about that?
Yeah, except McDermott is in the Bahamas on a beach and will not be going back to 8 below anytime soon here for the next year or so. I think he's deserved to thaw out a little bit here over the next year.
A lot of sunscreen on that head for you, Sean. Don't get burned up down there in the Bahamas at this point. You want another bald head guy? This guy's coming back for his 14th season. Lane Johnson, I saw him lifting weights 2 weeks ago. That means when you lift weights, specifically your legs, you're playing football because, Joe, as a 22-year-old, when I ended my college football career, I swore I'd never do legs again. 48 years old, haven't done legs since I was 22. How about that?
Listen, we love the fact that he is coming back. It's clear they are a better team offensively when he plays. The problem is, great, you're back. Are you going to play more than 6 games? Because that's the big issue here. Just saying.
The Lane train. By the way, also, Landon Dickerson announced he's coming back. And also, your center, I believe, is like Medellin, getting weird transmissions into your body and, sensors put in there and plasmas here. That offensive line, Joe, back for the Eagles. Woohoo, let's go. Come on.
Yeah, get her done, Eagles. Get her, again, stay healthy, Eagles. Get some depth on the offensive line, Eagles, and figure out what you're going to do with A.J. Brown, Eagles.
And by the way, it's shame on you people out there. I wish the NFL played 50 weeks out of the allotted months here. Weeks.
I like it.
I can't even talk straight. I miss the NFL so much. I'm sorry. What we do. Hot topics, we got them.